So let's imagine that you are newly single. Maybe you broke up with an ex and the breakup happened not that long ago, a few weeks ago, maybe even a few months ago. And suddenly your ex reaches back out. They send a text message, perhaps out of the blue, when you were least expecting it. Well, what should you do in this scenario? And what's the healthy thing to do? Well, in today's video, I'm going to take you through exactly that because we are going to talk about how a securely attached person reacts to an ex reaching out. And I'm going to take you through 5 steps that they'll take part in. And hopefully, this can give you 5 key takeaways of what exactly you can do if you are in the situation currently or if you're ever in this situation in the future. So, first and foremost, the securely attached person, because they're very in touch with their own feelings and needs, they will go inwards when they have this experience. And that's really step one. And I'm going to go into this in more detail because it's actually really important and really underrated in terms of how valuable this is. A lot of people, when they're insecurely attached, they go outward. They go outward if they're more avoidant into like, what are this person's intentions? I'm not sure that I can trust them, or what if they're trying to re-engage me? And they go outward into like projecting their fears about the external situation onto it. And then that causes them to react. If they're more anxious leaning, they'll go outward and be like, what does my ex want from me or expect from me? And how can I become that thing that they're needing so that we can get back together? And they'll go into like outward people pleasing. But a securely attached person, the very first step of 5 that they'll take is to go inward and be like, what do I want right now? Do I want to re-engage with this person? Do I feel like I'm instead in a scenario where I really don't want to re-engage with that person? I'm not interested in getting back together in any kind of capacity, or maybe I've moved on and I'm dating somebody else. And in that case, they'll really move down the trajectory of going, okay, just want to let you know I'm not really looking for friendship right now. They'll be clear and they'll communicate to that person that they're not really interested. But I'm guessing if you're here on this video now, that you're probably not here to listen because you're not interested in getting back together with your ex at all. So let's go down the path instead. And this is where the 5 steps will be. What are the 4 next things that happen if you are interested in engaging with your ex? What does a securely attached person do then? Well, after they, number one, decide where they actually, want the situation to go and check in with their own feelings and needs, they will, number two, with this interest in pursuing something, they'll start communicating and rebuilding some kind of rapport or connection with this person. And they won't jump right into like, hey, you sent me a text message. Let's hang out tomorrow. Do you want to get back together? They won't try to like move the needle right away because they go into number 3, realizing that if somebody's reaching back out and some time has passed, they need to actually vet the person to make sure that they don't just go right in a circle and end up right back at square one. And what I mean by this when I say vet is they will actually treat the person like they're dating them almost from scratch all over again, which I know can be really unappealing to somebody when you just want that certainty, but it's actually such an important thing to do because if you broke up and things weren't working and neither of you have changed anything significantly, well, then the chances are extremely high that you're just going to go back in the same circle, get back into the relationship, eventually experience the same relationship problems, and end up in the same breakup all over again. And so you actually want to make sure that that's not happening. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to check, have they changed anything? Have I changed anything? Are we able to work differently in the way that we communicate and connect together so that we prevent those situations from taking place? And in this period of time around the vetting, they're actually going to start acting as if they're dating somebody literally from as close to scratch as you could at that point, to see, are there more green flags than red flags this time around? And this is a really important piece. Now, number 4, if they do see more green than red flags, they're also going to have a conversation to say, hey, let's make sure that we're not repeating the same mistakes. So they're going to hash it out before they get too far in, before all the feelings are way too strong all over again. Of course, that's like inevitable on some level where you're going to have those feelings emerge quite quickly, but they're going to make sure that they're not just diving headfirst blindly into the scenario. They're going to ask themselves, like, what would need to change from my end so we don't just go through the same challenges? What would need to change from their end? And they're going to actually come up with and suggest through this conversation what could be different in terms of how they meet each other's needs, how they communicate, maybe the fears that were coming up in the relationship dynamic. And by addressing these things, they know that what they're intending to do is prevent the cycle from just going back into a circle and ending back up in a bad breakup all over again and feeling like, wow, maybe I even wasted my time because of doing that. So I want to tell you step 5 in just a moment. And before I do, I just want to let you know that if you are somebody right now who's actually in a place where you're looking to repair a relationship because your ex has reached out and you're trying to repair things in a healthy way because you saw more green flags than red flags, and that vetting is very important, you can check out a course fully for free just for a limited time called How to Repair Any Relationship. And it talks about different attachment styles, how to communicate. It even talks about like how to work through the different attachment style pairings. So if you're FA and DA, we have a course version for that. All of these are fully for free just for a limited time. You'll find them in the same dashboard. And we talk about like how to reconnect after a breakup, what that looks like, how to do it in a healthy way. And really, we talk a lot about how to not abandon yourself in the process and what like red flags and green flags to look out for. So that's in a lot of detail. And again, you can check it out fully free just for a limited time. I'll put the link down below. But number 5, after a securely attached person has vetted, has had conversations with this person to see, like, are there more green than red flags? Are we able to do things differently? They're vetting that response from the person when they have that conversation. And if they see that it's good and that the person is also willing to change and do things differently and be accountable just like they are, then they will actually take action to work through those things. They won't just say, okay, here we go. I'm just going to pretend like I want to change or talk differently or communicate differently during a conflict. They'll actually put in the concerted effort to move the needle in the relationship. And they will also make sure that the other person, that they're seeing their needs through, that they're talking about those things to make sure that the person's doing those same things as well. And if that's the case, they will move back into a commitment and they'll have the conversation. Hey, let's see where this goes. We're willing to do things differently. And that's where you'll see that progression back to getting back together.
If you're interested in helping make a huge impact on other people's lives while also building financial freedom, I'm offering an early bird 50% discount on our integrated attachment theory relationship certification program that will help you become a certified integrated attachment theory relationship coach and build your own thriving practice by the end of 12 weeks. This 12-week on-demand program will help you kickstart your new career by teaching you revolutionary tools and strategies that help clients transform their lives and relationships. Build your own coaching practice and set yourself up for a waitlist of clients and financial success. Even if you have no coaching experience, this program will give you very in-depth tools, resources, and confidence to get started in a matter of weeks. And you can learn more information by clicking the link down below.
So I hope this gives you context and transparency and some insight into what you can do if you're in this situation. Let me know questions you have about this topic in the comments down below. And if you're enjoying this channel, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Share this maybe with somebody who needs to see this or in your life who may benefit from this. And thank you for stopping by here. Can't wait to see you in tomorrow's video.